Okay, hello everyone. So, welcome to the next video. Short introduction, my name is Jessica Rowe, and I work in Kyoto, Japan, teaching English to elementary and junior high. And I got here through the JET program, so I'm an ALT, Assistant Language Teacher. So today, I want to talk to you about Halloween. Okay, so this lesson I made one template for, and I ended up having to change it depending on the class, depending on the school, because some students or some classes had curriculum that had to be done, so I had to adjust some things, specifically in the junior high. But for elementary, it was pretty much all the same. And yeah, so let's start. Okay, so the very first thing I would do is I would come in and I would put this on the board. I would put this in like the top corner. And then I would set up the PowerPoint and I'd do all that stuff. So the students would kind of understand that today is about Halloween. So as a warm-up, the next thing I would do is we would sing a song. And this melody or this song is very popular in Japan. Before coming here, I'd never heard it before. But basically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black cats. So it's black cats. And the way that the song goes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black cats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black cats. And then what I would do is I would ask the students, okay, what number do you choose? Like, I wouldn't tell them why, I'd just say what number. So then a student would say, 2. So then I would take black cat number 2 off the board and I'd say, bye bye black cat. Okay, so now 1, 3, 4, 5 black cats. So then we sing the song, and in place of the missing number, you would clap. So 1, 3, 4, 5 black cats. 1, 4, 3, 4, 5 black cats. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5 black cats. So basically like this, and then I would continue going until there was maybe 1 cat left, and then I'd be like, okay, finish, good job. So this would kind of warm up the class, and then next I would show Halloween vocabulary. Now this is one of my first times that I was able to lead the class in a lesson, so I maybe made too many words for the students, but I still put them on the board for them to see, right? So first one I would say, okay, repeat after me. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, right? And then after, I've got jack-o'-lantern, so I'd put it on the board. These ones don't have magnets because I didn't think about that at that time. So jack-o'-lantern, I've got candy, we talked about candy corn, trick-or-treat, the practice of trick-or-treat, Halloween decoration, haunted house, scary story, spider, bat, costume, black cat, witch, ghost. So these are more Halloween characters. Monster, werewolf, vampire, zombie, skeleton, so many, mummy, Frankenstein. They know this character is Frankenstein, but the junior highs, I was able to tell them that Frankenstein is the doctor that created the monster. This isn't actually Frankenstein, but anyways, okay, so that's that. I would show the students those words. We would practice them, get their Halloween spirits up a bit. And actually, for some of the characters in elementary, to get the kids a little bit more involved, for example, I would say werewolf, and the students would repeat werewolf, and then I would say the sound of a werewolf is ow, please repeat. And then I'd have the whole class howl like a wolf. It was really cool. So getting, just having fun with the characters and getting like role playing almost. So anyways, that's that. And then afterwards I'm just reading my lesson plan because it's been a while since I looked at this. Okay, then I would be like, okay, now let's look at pictures. So this is where the slideshow comes in. Is it still recording? Okay, sorry. I live with my significant other here in Kyoto, so yeah. Anyways, this is the PowerPoint. So I would start with Halloween in Canada. I would talk about jack-o'-lantern, and I would talk about the colors of Halloween, which are black and orange. So getting them to think about colors. And then I would say Halloween is October 31st. And on Halloween, we carve jack-o'-lantern out of pumpkins. And then I talk to them about the, because here Peanuts is very, very popular, or Charlie Brown is very popular. So I told them about the Great Pumpkin. And then we talked about Halloween characters. So vampire, Frankenstein, mummy, witch, bat, werewolf, ghost, pumpkin, black cat, so all these popular characters. And then I told them that in Canada, students can actually go to school in costume and teachers dress up in costume, and we have like a one-day kind of celebration of Halloween. It's almost like, it's like a party, a Halloween party at school. And then I would, on the board, because I felt like I had to make this a bit visual before I showed them the PowerPoint, but basically I would draw like 3 houses. These are very bad houses. Anyways, and then I would have my hand as like a person. I'd be like, okay, knock, 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 trick or treat. And this person would open the door and give candy. Okay, thank you. Tick, 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 knock, 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 trick or treat. So just kind of repeat that so that the students would kind of more or less understand what trick-or-treating is, because they don't really practice that here in Japan. So I would then show them this clip, and or no, it's not this clip, it's a different clip. So I had found a video on YouTube. It's this guy in America who took his son trick-or-treating and he filmed the whole thing, and where he went trick-or-treating, every house was fully decorated and there was like a scary clown giving out candy, and I showed that video to the students and they really loved it. Like, they love seeing things in action. So every lesson that I do, like a culture exchange, I try and always include video. And then, okay, so this is actually something that would happen after. Okay, so PowerPoint. After the PowerPoint, I would show them that little video of trick-or-treating. After the video of trick-or-treating, I'd have an activity. So the game that I would play with the students is called Karuta or something. It's basically where you have a set of cards, or character cards, on the desk between 2 people or 4 people or however many people you can handle. And then I would say a key word, and when I say that key word, the students would grab, or not keywords, sorry, I would just say a Halloween character, and the students would have to like listen and then grab it, right? And you can really test them by saying words that are not here. So you can say like candy corn, trick or treat, werewolf, and then they'd see werewolf, and whoever grabs it first gets to keep the card. And these are like collecting points or whatever. So anyways, the characters that I used were vampire, witch, monster, ghost, and werewolf. So they're literally just little printouts of the bigger image that I used, and then I cut them out. So I gave this set to a pair of students, and I'd use like just a piece of paper to hold them together, just so they don't get too crazy. So these are all the sets that I had that I give out to each pair. And then, yeah, so you just sprawl them on the desk, and then at the front I'd be like, okay, monster, and then whoever gets monster first keeps it. So anyways, that's Karuta, which is a really cool game, and it helps them with their listening skills and quick reaction to English words. Okay, so after that activity or game, also for some classes I didn't do Karuta, I did the missing game. So what you do is you basically put these on the chalkboard or whiteboard, and then you ask the students to memorize them as best they can, and then you ask them to close their eyes, they close their eyes, and you take one away, and then you're like, okay, open your eyes, what's missing? And then they tell you, they raise their hand, oh, it's this one, so it's practice speaking as well. And another thing is, if you want the missing game to be like more difficult, you just get, you can get students to come up, and they can, like, 2 students come up and each student takes an image, so then there's 2 missing, and that's more to memorize. And so anyways, those are some elementary games that I would do with the kids. Okay, so then after that, oh, and another thing, sorry, I changed this lesson so many times throughout all my different classes. There's another version of the Karuta where instead of me saying the monster name or the character name, I would make the sound, and then the students would have to say what character it is and then grab the card. So there's many, many different variations that you can do with that. Okay, so after I said, okay, now let's play the I Spy game. I Spy game. So what this entails is I have Tim Burton's This Is Halloween music video on my computer, and I would get, or I would put it up on the big screen so that everyone can watch it, and as the characters are going by in this clip, I would have students call out what it is. So, for example, I'm not going to have the volume up on this just so you can hear me. Basically, so for example, I'd be like, okay, vampire, there's a spider on his necktie or something, black cat, there's like a witch or a werewolf or something. Yeah, werewolf. So anyways, as the characters appear, I would get the students to say what it was. Plus, it's a really cool music video, which is like super Halloween-y, which is a nice thing to show the students. And they play the song in a lot of the convenience stores here, which is really interesting. But the kids, a lot of the kids didn't know about the movie. Okay, so after that, I would, if I had some more time, which I usually had like a few minutes left, I would tell the students that I have a pumpkin that they can make into a jack-o'-lantern, or they can draw their favorite Halloween character on there. So then I would give out this template to all the students, and they would write their name, class, and then they can just doodle for the rest of the class, and I'd usually have This Is Halloween playing in the background, right? So that entails mostly my elementary Halloween lesson. That's pretty much all of it. And then for junior high, they are way more about like worksheets and stuff. So I'm just going to show you guys quickly what worksheets I had. So for grade 7 or grade 1 here, because in junior high it goes grade 1, 2, 3, but for North America it's usually 7, 8, 9, or Canada at least. Anyway, so I made a comic, and the comic has blanks that they have to fill in. And the words are plural. So this lesson incorporated plural words and like the plural section of the unit that the kids were looking at. So that's one. And this one is another grade 7 or grade 1 where these are characters and they're doing something. So Smith Smith reads a spider book. Smith loves spiders or likes spiders. Smith plays the saxophone. So stuff like that. Smith is the ghost. But anyway, so that's another worksheet that I had for the kids. I also had, this one is Halloween characters matching. So this is for like grade 9, like the higher level. So I would have, if it touches sunlight, it will die. Doesn't like garlic. So what character does that match to? So I had the word, but I also drew the picture so that they can, it was a little bit easier on them. And the students would match, and most of the time they got this like totally bang on, which was really nice. For a special needs class, I made this where I drew the characters and then I wrote in as clear writing as I could names of different characters, and I would get them to guess which one is which, kind of thing. And most of the time this definitely worked, which was really, really nice. It wasn't too much for them. I have another one here where it's Halloween and superstitions. So in my junior high PowerPoint, I include slides about superstitions. So like what's good luck, what's bad luck, that kind of thing. And I've got, again, the matching, but up here I've got true or false for superstitions. Over here I've got, again, superstitions where you include have, must not, don't have, must, and will. So those were the grammar points, and then the students can fill it in. So you must not break a mirror, it is 7 years bad luck. So that's an example. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to show you the difference between the elementary and junior high. Okay, so this is junior high. So this is a little bit more advanced. So I'd say, okay, Halloween and superstitions. So I'm just going to go slideshow. Alright, so again, the date. I say Halloween is from Ireland, like the practice itself is from Ireland. It's a celebration of fall harvest. It's when the dead visit the living. I've got the story of the jack-o'-lantern where it helps ghosts find their way home, or whichever story you want to choose. The history of Halloween costumes. The idea of the witch, how it used to be a bad character and now it's a good character. Costumes today, how there's many, many different kinds of characters. The same thing with trick-or-treating, so I would have the trick-or-treat video again. Halloween today is like a celebration or a party. And then superstitions. So number 13 is bad luck. I would tell them that in some old buildings in Canada, there's no 13th floor because it's considered bad luck. 4-leaf clover is good luck. A broken mirror is bad luck. 7 years bad luck. A black cat, if it crosses your path, it's bad luck, which I don't believe because I love black cats. If you open an umbrella inside, it's bad luck. A lucky horseshoe above the door is good. Walking under a ladder is bad luck. And then that's that. So again, I would show the Tim Burton, this is Halloween video at the end of that class as well. So I think I've exhausted everything that I usually do for my Halloween lesson, so I hope that helped you out. And yeah, so thank you for watching and take care. Bye!